Hello my friends, you got Mark coming to you tonight on the Garage Guy channel. It is March 2nd, March 3rd, 2018. And this year, March has come in like a lion. Hopefully by the end of the month, it'll go out like a lamb. We've all heard that saying before. Now before I start the video, I'm going to say I'm not going to have any specs and weights and measurements and all that kind of thing, because it's already been done about this pistol many times here on YouTube, so I'm not going to waste your time and bore you to death with that. This video is about a gun that I'd been hoping that would come out. I was hoping Smith & Wesson would do something about the original version. As a matter of fact, I wanted a version that I could say is the bigger brother to the M&P Shield. And we're looking at the one I got right here. This is the original version, not a 2.0, not a, Performance Center version. It's one I bought about 3 years ago, and I got to tell you right now, out of all the guns I got, I probably enjoy firing this one as much as any of them down at the range. It's just a good little sweet shooter. I love the way it looks. As a matter of fact, I'll sit here and just sometimes look at it and be like, wow, you know, the people that designed this, you know, they knew what they were doing. This has been a great little gun, and with the addition of some rubberized talon grips on it, it feels just as sweet as it shoots. It's very accurate, even though it's a smaller gun. A lot of people don't like to put a lot of rounds through these smaller firearms because it gets unpleasant after a while. Well, I've never had that problem with this. But, like I said, I always did wish this had a bigger brother. Well, Smith & Wesson has answered that. And what we're looking at right here is this. M&P M2.0 Smith & Wesson. What do you say we open the box up and take a closer look at this guy, the M&P 9 Compact version 2.0. Alright, let's take a look at this case. This is really nice, a good hard plastic case. M&P M2.0 Smith & Wesson. What I also like about this case right here, it already has the hole pre-drilled in it to insert a lock, so we're good to go there. We go ahead and open this up, and here we go. As you can see right here, it has what I call the oil paper on it, and I really like this stuff. If you get done cleaning your weapon, put it back in here. This will soak it up without pretty much bleeding through. So, you know, I like this. I wish I had a whole roll of it. Maybe I'll call Smith & Wesson and see if they can send me some more of it. That'd be kind of neat. Let's go ahead and remove the firearm itself, and I'll remove the magazine. Comes with two really nice 15-round magazines here. I'm pretty sure they're made by Smith & Wesson, but these are Metgar quality right here. These are nice. Two 15-round 9mm magazines. They are rather stiff, as to be expected. Brand new firearm, hasn't been no ammo put in here yet. Also, as you can see right here, you have 3 different back straps, and it does come with 4, with the small one being on the grip of the pistol right here. This is a nice little touch. Sometimes they'd only come with 3, but now Smith & Wesson has 4. And what I really like are these magazine grip sleeves right here. If you want to use the bigger full-sized M&P magazines, you just slide that on there and you don't have that little gap that aggravates so many people. Nice little feature, nice touch. Of course, you got your padlock here. A lot of people toss these or whatever. I have a drawer full of them, but I never throw them away. You can't never tell when you might need to use one. Let's see, what else do we have here? Come on out. The owner's manual, instruction manual, what have you. Pretty easy to understand, layman's terms, a lot of good illustrations here. Layman's terms, plain and simple. And something that a lot of gun companies don't do anymore, they don't include their registration card right here. I always fill these out, and I still go to the website and fill them out also. Doesn't take but a few minutes of your time. It's a good idea if somebody ought to do that. Now, let's go ahead and remove everything out of the way. I'll keep one magazine with me, and we'll take a closer look at the firearm. This right here, my friends, Smith & Wesson M&P 9 Compact 2.0. The earlier versions of the 9 Compact, they were sweet firing little guns. They worked well. I had one for a while, but they were just something off about it. The sliding barrel to me was, you know, maybe a half an inch too short. In my opinion, the Glock 19 is the ideal sized handgun. 4-inch barrel and the grip is big long enough to hold 15 rounds. This here's pretty nice. As you see right here, we've got the chamber flag indicator right here that shows that it's empty. Let's get that out. Now, of course, the gun is empty, point in a safe direction. All right, we're good to go. Anyhow, right here, you can see that the grip texture is a lot more aggressive than in the earlier model. I like it. Some people may not like it, and they may choose to go with like a rubberized talon grip or something. Me, I don't see that happening myself. I could change my mind later on. The slide lock lever right here is ambidextrous on both sides. Right there's the other one. Of course, the magazine release button right here, it can be switched over to this side. And as far as the magazine ejection goes, let's go ahead. No problem. Kind of hold it level. No problem. There we go. That's good. Upside down one more time. Yep. As my buddy Scott S. says, good stuff. All right. Trigger on here is supposed to be improved. We'll find out. Okay. Maybe a tad spongy. Good solid break. Now, reset. It's okay. Reset. All right, much better than the earlier models. You know, here a while back I was watching Hickok 45 do a video about a brand new Glock 17 Gen 4 he had just bought. He hadn't done a thing in the world to it, hadn't cleaned it or anything, hadn't fired any rounds through it, and he took it apart and showed just how nice and clean it was. And you know, you can't never get them quite that clean again, okay, after you fired a few hundred rounds through it. So let's go ahead and take this apart and we'll look at this and see how it looks. And we that lever down like this. Of course, I'm on it, we'll pull the trigger and off. Now Smith & Wesson says that they recommend you don't pull the trigger. They got that little sear you push down in there, but I'm not one to make a habit of doing this. So I only take this apart when I need to clean it or in case of a malfunction. But let's look at that right there under the light. That is so nice and clean. Just real nice and clean. Look at that. That new bluing there on the guide rod spring. That appears to be a stainless steel guide rod there. You got the spring around it. Really nice stuff. Here, let's look at the barrel. that feed ramp. Nice shiny polished feed ramp right there. That is nice. I like it. Slick as a whistle. 9mm. Very nice. Look here on the inside of the slide. Yeah, there's a little bit of oil right there, but man, that is just shiny clean. That is really pretty. Brand new firearm. So look at the inside of the frame right here. Not so bad. It's really nice. Really nice. Okay, let's put this back together here. Slide the barrel back in. We just do the process in reverse order. Guide rod spring back in. Make sure it is down and straight. Now we get these rails straightened up here, evened up, matched up, whatever you want to call them. There we go. Now let's get this on back. Rack slide. Shut lever back up. Point in safe direction. We're back together. I mean, that's a lot of fun. Taking apart a brand new firearm for the first time before it's even been fired. Like I said, you never quite get them that clean again. Don't matter how much elbow grease you put into it. Alright my friends, first shots. M&P Non-Compact 2.0. No problems. Well, that went very well. No problems whatsoever. Didn't seem to have a problem with spent shell case and ejection patterns either. I'll have to look at the replay of this. Let's take a look at the target right quick. Not bad at all. Pretty darn good group. Not bad. What do you say we head back up to the house? Well, my friends, I have to admit, another sweet shooter from Smith & Wesson. I'm really digging this. I put, let's see, the first 30 rounds through it I got on camera, and then I put another 70 rounds through it after I turned the camera off. Didn't have a bit of problem with it. Nice balance, nice sight alignment. Sweet shooter. Very nice. I only had one problem with it though. The curvature of the trigger right here. I would find that after a few shots, my finger right here would want to kind of work its way down towards the end, and it would feel like the end of the trigger would be poking me in the end of the finger. Well, that's not a fault of the gun. That's my fault. You know, that's something I need to work on. but I never really had that problem with any other handguns, so I need to work on that, and work on it hard I will, because the trigger action on here is very good, and I don't feel the need, to change the trigger or anything like that. I don't want to do it. Spent shell ejection patterns were very good. None of them come back and hit me. It cleared my person very well. Just a nice firearm. Now on here I do have the medium large back strap. It just seems to fit my hand better. I like that little bit of swelling right here on the sides. That's why Smith & Wesson doesn't really refer to it as a back strap, but they call it a palm swell, and I understand why. It just fits really well. I wish Glock had done that on the Gen 4s and Gen 5s, made it a little bit fatter on the sides or what have you. They're made a little bit different, but as far as ergonomics goes, this puts Glock down the road. It really does. It just feels so much better. And it performed as well as any Glock I ever had. Now, like I said, only 100 rounds through it. It's only going to get better. But as far as the title of my video, the Bigger Shield, yeah, I'll agree with that, and I'll stick by it. It's not the biggest version of the Shield. It's just a bigger version. Okay? Shield. Bigger Shield. Alright, my friends, I'm going to get on off here. I guess I'll wait here in about an hour. Free for All with Revolver, a live stream I really enjoy watching on Saturday nights. Rich4150, or I think he changed his channel name to Rich1911. Anyhow, I enjoy watching that live stream. He's got some really crazy guests on there. The Crazy Scotsman, several others, Coda Boy 32 Tactical. Dan the Firearm Guy was on there a couple of weeks ago. And it's just a fun time on there. And I see a lot of names in the chat area that I recognized also. Chuck Connors being one of them. I'm not going to try and name anybody else because I don't want to leave anybody out, but it's all, as my buddy Scott F says, good stuff. Alright? Well, listen, this is Mark, Garage Guy 879. I'm getting on off here. Y'all have a nice weekend.